It's a very painstaking exercise, but which is necessary. And again, you know, the downside of it is that it's very time-consuming, requires a lot of patience, you have to listen to a lot of people. But the upside of it is that you also deepen confidences. You get to know people.
But it also undermines the spirit of a multi-party democracy.
No, it doesn't. Actually,
if we have coalitions, it's a big threat. You know, we have just coalitions without any robust party manifestos, everyone collapsing their party to be forming one party. Then at the end of the day, we find also the parties are tapering off. You are being asked to dissolve your party.
No, it doesn't. Actually, far from it. You know, look around the world. The strong governments have been formed. I mean, look at even Israel itself. You are forced to negotiate and discuss with others to be able to form government. It forces a measure of humility, you know, on political players, and also forces political players to recognize, acknowledge, and appreciate other players in the terrain. Otherwise, you know, sometimes huge political parties and so on do not necessarily foster democracy, and then we are in that particular space where we've got to keep negotiating and talking to each other and so on, and then that forces us to build relations across the country, and then it forces us to increase participation, include others in the process. Otherwise, as I said, the downside of it is that it sometimes painstaking, takes a lot of time, and it's very taxing in terms of time. But the truth be told, the upside of it is also that you get to know each other, you get to know the country, you get to understand people and various groups and interests, so that when you end up as a leader with all these people you have worked with, you're likely to be more responsive to people's challenges and more responsive to the circumstances that you're working with, because you have walked the journey together over a long period of time, and through that you have learned things you probably would not have learned if you just depended on you know, a huge political machine.
Thank you. Quite cogently put. I will inclined to wonder, you know, many Kenyans feel that past presidencies have been over-promising and under-delivering. What is discernibly different about Dr. Fred Matiang'i's candidacy, and why should Kenyans believe and also put their hope in you for a better Kenya?
I believe Kenyans are looking for a government they can trust, a government that will work for them or serve them, and not leaders who will serve themselves. I don't think Kenyans are looking for, you know, some benevolent dictator, heavenly given gift, self-praising, all-knowing, most everything, you know, to lead the country or to manage the country. Kenyans are looking for people who understand the challenges of the country and are ready to work with them to solve those problems, and not to lie to them as a way of getting along in life. The difference is that, unlike some people who are seeking leadership in this country, I have been in public service. I served as a cabinet minister for 10 years. And I confronted some of the difficult challenges at the time. I worked with the people of Kenya and Kenya's incredible public servants to solve problems. That attitude of trustworthy approach, practical, result-oriented approach to public affairs is what I think I will bring to the equation, is what I think is different. I know what the challenge is, and I am ready to face that challenge and solve the problems in a practical and serious manner. I will level with the people of Kenya. I will not tell people things that do not exist. This country is smarting from some incredible level of hypocrisy on the part of national leaders. I ask people, I've been having meetings, you know, and talking to people, even the religious leaders or the clergy, who are the ones who feel most betrayed and most abused. Because they were told good stories by some of our national leaders during the electoral period in 2022, all of which turned out to be smoke. You know, leaders who drove around and were carried out in wheelbarrows, and that time they own helicopters, pretending to be part of the, you know, the downtrodden people, when in actual fact they were not. The country is smarting from that kind of experience, and you can see how that is being transacted in public.